For today's lesson, we will be looking into the following intended learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to first define what the physical aspect of the self is all about. Second, we would be looking at how culture could shape the notion of beauty and how it affects the self. And lastly, we would be looking and watching a movie about the physical self and what beauty is all about. Now, our faces represents most of our physical self. It provides other people an initial impression about who we are and what we are. Our facial features give initial clues about our attitudes, and the cosmetics we put onto our faces may give hints about our economic status in life. So when people would be looking at our faces and they could see that we are grumpy, cranky, they might perceive us as unapproachable or maybe a person who may be hard to deal with. We give too much attention to our faces than any other part of our body from the time we wake up to the moment before we sleep. Our face is the primary part of our body that we protect in times of danger. We don't want any scars inflicted on any part of our face, and admittedly, many of us are willing to spend money to make it more pleasing to others. To this, we could say that we maintain a face value because we consider our faces as our initial asset. Before other people can discover our true attitude and capabilities, they first rely on what they can physically see. The way we take care of ourselves, especially our faces, represents the kind of personality we have. It is no wonder that people spend significant amounts of money just to make themselves beautiful. Now, talking about the self as the body, the physical self refers to the body. It is the tangible aspect of the person that can be directly observed and examined, according to Singh in 2017. In defining a human being, it can be said that a human being has two arms, two legs, two eyes, two ears, one nose, a mouth with a set of teeth, and a body composed of bones, muscles, tissues, among others. Now, the physical self is defined by the physical characteristics that are visible. These characteristics are the defining traits and features of the body, such as sex, height, weight, complexion, hair, and facial features are among the common physical features identified when one is asked to describe another person. One's gender is first mentioned, whether one is male or female. Now we have a new and added entity, which is the gender orientation, or perhaps gender orientations. Now, a person could also be described to be either tall, short, or average in terms of height. A person can either be fat, thin, or average, and light, dark, fair, or anything in between in terms of complexion. One can have black, brown, or white hair, which can be long or short, straight, curly, frizzy, or he or she maybe even be bald. One's nose can be flat or pointed. One's eyes can be almond shaped, hooded, deep set, round, down, turned, or chinky. Now, among these physical features that I was able to also describe, the physical aspect of the self does not include any of the characteristics that are considered to be internal qualities of the person, such as kindness, generosity, loyalty, obedience, and other similar qualities. However, they also help us describe how beautiful the person is. Now let's go to the impact of culture on beauty and body image. Now, when a person would be considered to be beautiful, usually the only physical features that are to be considered by individuals in describing a beautiful person are the following entities. One is the face, second, the body figure. So these are considered to be the basis for beauty. One is considered to be beautiful if he or she has light and glowing skin. For females, kissable red lips, rosy cheeks, sharp and pointed nose, white and healthy teeth, and also tantalizing eyes. These are the physical qualities that society prescribes as standards for beauty. Now, the appearance of the person can also be an asset. However, it may also be a liability. So being beautiful does not just have positive advantages, but it may also pose some risks on the individual. A person with a beautiful face is likely to receive accolades and enjoy being described as angelic or having a face that could launch 1,000 ships. To be beautiful means to enjoy a lot of privileges and advantages in society, such as gaining more attention from people, winning in beauty pageants, becoming an actress or an actor, a model, or even an endorser, or as simple as having many friends. On the other hand, some people who are not endowed with a beautiful face, maybe not blessed also with a beautiful face according to society's standards, may be prone to bullying, most especially in our own culture, wherein we would be given a new surname depending on our physical deficiencies. So let's say, for example, your name is Therese and you are cross-eyed. So you might be described as Therese the cross-eyed or si Teresa nga duling or si Teresa nga libat. Another example would be if you are Anna who has a flat nose. You might also be described as Ana ngang ilong murag palwa or Ana palwa. In this imperfect world, inequality exists in various contexts, including the physical appearance of people. While the physical appearance is attributed to both genetics and the environment, an individual has no control over or choice as to how he or she looks like. So we are being reminded that we need to also be sensitive in labeling people. Which also reminds me that if you are the kind of person who describes someone to be beautiful with just the physical features of the individual and not also considering the inner qualities of the person, then you might be an individual who may need to also look into the other side. You might want also to consider opening up your mind and think out of the box because beauty is not just limited into the physical aspects of the person. However, being beautiful is sometimes a liability, as I have previously mentioned. People perceived as beautiful may find it difficult to get rid of many stalkers. So if you are considered to be guapo or handsome, you are a lover. But if you are not perceived to be one, then you are a stalker. Anyway, their privacy and security may be at risk. Women are also subjected to catcalling and verbal harassment. Acts of lasciviousness, rape, and other crimes for being perceived as beautiful. Although these crimes happen with or without basis on beauty. Most prominently, present culture prescribes that being beautiful is necessary or it is a necessity, like an obligation in order to be liked and be loved. Many products are created just to change or improve one's appearance, such as beauty soaps, whitening lotions, vitamins for fairer and whiter skin, cosmetics, and many more. Some opt to undergo medical procedures such as plastic surgery, liposuction, breast augmentation, among others, just to change their physical characteristics. And these procedures can sometimes be risky, as there are many cases of unsuccessful surgery leading to unfortunate unintended results. The quest for beauty is sometimes dangerous, but for those who believe that beauty is a capital, they will always pursue it no matter what. Now, it is true that beauty is important, but caring for one's beauty is very different from altering or modifying it. They say that we are all created beautiful and equal, but if you tend to also believe that you are changing the physical features of what beautiful is already laid upon you, then it may not be the case. You are no longer caring for what is beautiful, but you are already changing what is beautiful. Now, we now go to the question, will there be beauty if there is no sight? If beauty is referred to as something that is seen through the naked eye, then what is beauty for the blind? Total blindness incapacitates a person to see. The blind arguably may not be able to determine what is beautiful and what is ugly. And in many love stories in literature and in film, beauty is described or projected as purity of heart or goodness of the heart, something that is within a person and can't be judged based on one's physical appearance. With these, beauty is contextualized into two categories. One is that is seen by the eye, and one that is felt by the heart. Now, beauty denotes something that is appealing to the eye, ear, and mind. Beauty is not only seen but may also be heard, like a voice or a melody that is pleasurable to the ears. That could also be considered to be beautiful. Also, stories and personal experiences relayed or narrated by another person that invoke positive feelings are also considered to be beautiful. Aesthetics may have laid down the laws and principles of determining beauty as seen by the naked eye, but the very essence of beauty transcends insight, meaning beauty can be heard, especially with the songs, the music, the chirping of the birds, the waves that you are hearing, nature, nature's sound. Beauty could also be felt and understood, meaning the inner qualities of the person may also be integrated on how we could be able to understand and feel how beautiful and wonderful the person is.